The knight's shield is heavy as he sets down a sword. He thinks about what he didn't do and did do that day. Hey everybody out there in the YouTube sources, just to start the video, this will be the maiden voyage here. Got our nicely sharpened pencil. I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of this coffee. Okay, and then so in reference to the intro when I talked about a knight putting down his sword and dropping the heavy shield from basically a long day's work, there's a lot of reflection that goes on. You're wondering, whatever efforts that you put in for the day, for any artistic endeavor that you're doing, if you're writing, drawing, you want to get into film, photography, any of the arts really, a bit of that self-reflection and just going back to what I was thinking about, like a knight having, integrity of their work, bravery. Like me, this is the first video I'm making, and I'm doing it, both vocally here, live, and just kind of try to put down some simple tips, I guess. And one of the points is that the value of certain exercises that would lend itself to better flow, get you out of that white page syndrome, if you will, is the circle. It's just a simple circle. So I'm not even thinking about any placement. I'm not thinking about any person's face. I don't have any reference currently. And it's not about reference at this point. It's really about just loosening up. And there's, that portion of the video, it's just me drawing a bunch of circles, just kind of getting loose for the day. That was really the point of that. So, but what we're illustrating here is that, just by over and over drawing these circles, after you've done this for a bit, the next stage would be perhaps composing or dropping some scale on the circles themselves. And what we'll do with these is we'll just try to create some simple block. It's like a pre-blocking, I would even call it, because we're just trying to establish an angle of the head off of an axis. So let's say, for example, this one here, I'm going to drop that axis, just a simple line. And then based on where we're going to draw in the parietal portion of the head, that's going to sort of help determine the angle of that head. It's a little janky there, right? And just try and be as loose but as intentional as possible. And go ahead and just drop in our thirds. There's a hairline, top of the head. That's the brow line. Then establishing where that nose and mouth is going to be. One of the important things you want to keep in mind is we're dealing with planes here. So we've got the side. You want to think of it as a square, even though you're drawing a circle, because this is the front plane and that's the side plane. So you want to think of it as such. You got your center line dropping down, and we're stopping there. We're not going to go any further. So this one, if we're thinking like, hey, it's a poster compositionally, you got some figures or some characters in the cast of the movie or whatnot. Let's say this guy or girl is facing this way, sideways. I'm gonna circle, and these are pretty janky circles. But again, bravery, right? Just push through here. And really it's just about the points that we're trying to make. So you've got the side of the head. And since it's full on sideways, you're going to get, maybe you're going to get a little bit of the other side of that face. So, right? Eye line, bang. It's going to be kind of straight on. That axis is just straight down through the neck. And the axis is not connected to, obviously, where the outside of the skull is going to round out, because that's a full-on spherical form. Right, and then I want to keep going further, but I just want to show you, like, hey, this angle. And if you notice, most of these were created simply out of circles. So this would be the exercise ultimately that I'm getting at, just I guess for this video. It's just to simplify things. Don't get caught up in anything yet. Like, this would be, the exercises before you got down, pulled out some reference, and then started constructing off of this foundation. So that let's fix this side. So this should be a little bit more tight here. Okay. Alright, let's see. Okay, where's that eraser? Typically I wouldn't erase, but since this one is a little janky here, we'll just kind of tighten that up. And these lines are going to be super thick. It's probably better for the camera anyways. Alright. We can stop there. Top of the head. Well, as far as like, we're not going to go into the features, right? So there's a basic hairline, the thirds, ingrained brow line, bottom of the nose. Okay, we can go up here. Let's do a straight on. So that's the thing. The circle you can build on any angle. So just drop that line down there. Imagine that's the side of the skull there. Drop a little semi-ambiguous chin. Right? Hairline, peak of the head. That's probably too short a skull. got some feedback. I'm not sure if you guys heard this, like banging on the side of the house. Okay. And you want to establish, again, that square that you're kind of seeing. So you're going to actually be... That's going to be the side of the face, so the side plane of the face, front plane of the face. You know, you can create this connection here. Going a little bit too much in the details, but oh, that was crap. Okay, let's see, where can we fit another one in here? No Control Z here, guys. This is gonna be a face that's looking up, and we can't really turn the page with this drawing setup. And yeah, so one of the important things, I'm sure you guys have probably, well, surely seen plenty of videos of just the connection with this style of drawing with a charcoal pencil and a big pad is its translation into the world of painting. You know, it's like drawing is painting, and painting is drawing. It's never truer words have been spoken about that. Because if, you know, you can treat this as the brush thing. If you were to just drop some two value in there. And we're not even getting into that. But yeah, everything is built off of your practice of doing circular movements. It's much different than, you know, drawing like this, of course. But the shoulder should be in action. The shoulder should be getting that. That's where your flow is going to come from. You can get it with the wrist. Well, right, not the wrist. With the elbow, like this. You got kind of like shoulder locked, and then the elbow is moving to create arcs like that. But if you're imagining painting, I'm holding this sucker way back here, and you're painting like an odd shape, like a whatever, right? And this practice of with the charcoal painting, which lends itself to the painting aspect. I'm not even sure what that is, but it doesn't matter. Okay, what else? What else? Don't want to ramble on, but let's see, what can we do here? So this one, for example, this one is angled and it's sort of looking downish. It's all like an up, worm's eye view. That chin is going to have an angle. You're going to follow that. And also think about drawing through to the other side. And this ellipse will be determined by the angle as well. And that'll just take time. You could, if you're looking into worm's eye view, and the further it tilts, the larger that ellipse is going to be. And so the closer it is, face-wise, looking to you or down at you, the tighter that ellipse is going to get. Those are things that are really, really important to keep in mind. Because you can't see the other side of the ear, but if you understand how an ellipse is going to be placed in relation to that axis and the viewpoint, whether you're looking from bird's eye or worm, worm's view, is that from the bottom? Those it will allow you to know where a feature would drop. So this thing's turning out to be a basketball. So it's the same thing with this. Wherever this is going to be, it's going to be a similar path here. I'm drawing this really slow just to illustrate. Right, so if you got the ear, this ear is probably a little further, too far back. Got the ear there. That ear is going to be something oddly like that. Like it's going to be funky. You're not going to see that. You're not going to see that guy's ear. Brow ridge. Eye sockets. Sunglasses. It's going to be a deep socket if you're thinking about the skull. And then, that's where we got carpet, no brakes. Okay, nose. Not worry about the nostrils, just a shape, because we're going to see a good portion of underneath that nose. Alright, and I think, let's drop in some little circles here. Another good exercise, I just thought about it, if you just draw a straight line across, one underneath the other, and intentionally, you don't want to go too fast, too slow. We're going to try to connect each corner. Still difficult. Not left or right-handedness, but meaning the direction that the toilet flushes. I generally draw circles and ellipses like this, especially for whatever reason when the circles become smaller, it's a lot easier to do that. But when it comes to drawing larger circles, I don't know how it feels easier to do it counterclockwise. Strange. Alright guys, so I guess that'll be it for my first video. I hope you enjoyed the intro. I hope, I'm not here proclaiming, professing to be any type of teacher. I just feel like going forward, I'd like to share anything that helped me, or I felt like helped, the sort of the minutia of the overarching tip, if you will. It's like, yeah, somebody can say the circle is this and that, but I'm actually trying to put it into action as best I can. This is pretty crude, so appreciate you guys if you stuck around to watch. That this is probably what I'd like to do going forward, um, and eventually get into finished drawing. As far as the logistics, I don't know how that's going to work. Doing cuts. This is all new to me. I had Adobe Premiere only because I am paying into the Adobe, the Creative Cloud or whatnot. So you get all the apps, and it's like, all right. I downloaded DaVinci Resolve thinking I was going to use that, and I was like, wait a minute, we got Premiere Pro. I think I was watching a video about editing, and they mentioned Premiere. I'm like, I had that. Nearly almost spending $200 on Final Cut Pro, which would have been silly. So yeah, I'm learning as we go, guys. Again, as in the intro, I talked about the night. I felt that the need to do this like live, not having like a separate audio and then overlaying that over here. I just wanted to talk off the cuff, so sorry if I went off on a tangent. I didn't really create a script. Just get past the anxiety, guys. Throw on some music and try this tip out. Don't worry about trying to flesh out the face. Just do this for 10 minutes. And it's one of those things where it's like, how do I get past the blank page? Just draw circles. Just draw some squares. Those circles will turn into that face. And eventually, not the flow state, but you're going to hit that point where you forgot about your mind thinking about the difficulty of even starting. Like you're already there. So I think that's another great thing about just popping in, sitting down and just start drawing circles. Like, don't think about anything else. It will build off of that. In fact, that's the system that it's all built off of anyways, your basic shapes. And so yeah, I look forward to the next video, guys. I appreciate you. If you like the video, the old saying, hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.